everybody. I don't really know how to quite process this and say this yet, so if you've seen our videos about our first infertility appointment, you saw that things were pretty raw at the time. You caught us like right dead smack in the middle of process, and it's been just shy of a week, and so we've had some time to sort of process at least 5 days worth of what that felt like. And and one of the things that I personally have been processing is the overwhelming feeling of, I don't know if defeat is the right word, but in the video that we did after our appointment, one of the things that I kept saying is that this felt really big and really impossible. And there were a number of reasons why I was saying that. But one of the reasons is because of the financial cost. If you don't know about infertility treatment, unless you work for major corporations like Nike, Intel, unless you work for big companies like those, infertility treatments are not covered by insurance. And so just to give you just a measure of how much they cost, just to see the doctor, to go in and talk to the doctor, is $350 every time you go see them. And with where we are right now, the fact that I've never gotten testing done and I need to get testing done, every single test with the exception of one blood panel is not covered by insurance. So one of the most significant things that I was feeling is this feels like it's never going to happen because we can't afford that. And just to kind of let you in a little bit more about me and my process, I do not if it weren't for this situation that I'm going to share, like the whole purpose of this video, if it weren't for this, I would never bring that up. So the reason why I'm sharing that is because of this situation. A very, very dear friend of mine texted me after seeing our videos and asked how our appointment went, and I purposely did not talk to her about the money, but I purposely just said, you know, it's hard, it was really difficult, you know, blah blah blah. And then her next question was, you know, what did the doctor say? And so I said, oh well, the doctor said that I have to get a bunch of pre-testing done. We can't do that right now, but you know, when we can, we'll do it. And so she just kind of asked a few more questions, and then she asked me to confirm my mailing address with her. And she sent me this picture of this envelope in a mailbox, stamped and addressed, and tells me that she's sending us money to pay for all the testing. And just this morning, I had been praying and just telling God that this feels really impossible and just how it felt like this was never going to happen because of the finances, how we couldn't take out financing for this because we are already in debt. And but we had in December, God had given us this amazing financial gift. So I told him when I was praying, and just like, man, this just feels so impossible, and feels like this is never going to happen. But I remember what you did for us in December, so I know that you could do this. Like, I know you can. And then I get that picture from her sending this check to cover costs for our testing, and then she has the audacity, when I tell her I don't know what to say, oh, I added some extra on there for you so that after all the testing is done and you have a course of action, then you can pay towards that. I'll just never know. I'll just never know how to thank people for their kindness, whether it's money that they are giving us or texts. I mean, I've gotten so many texts today from people that have made me sob because they're saying how they're weeping for us and praying for us and are proud of us, like how proud of us for ugly crying in our car, like, you know. But I'll just never be able to tell people how thankful I am. And when I think about us, when I dream about what feels like an impossible dream, but when I dream about having this baby or these babies, when that happens, I think about how this or these babies were brought into fruition because of you. Like, it's one thing to conceive with my husband on my own, but to conceive a child that was paid for by people, that was prayed for by people, that was cried over and wept over by people, I just don't know how not to get wrecked by that. And when I say wrecked, I mean like deeply impacted. So I just want you to know how much the things like your text and your hugs and your kind words, how your jokes, how your gifts, how your comments, how much those mean to us. I don't always have the words to say, so when I say thank you, fill that in with a million deep sentiments that I don't have words for. But we just can't say thank you enough. And we can't tell you how every little thing is a big thing. how every little thing doesn't go unnoticed, and it's not lesser than something else. Like, every little thing that you guys do matters so much to us, and I just can't thank you enough. And to tell you that these are the moments when God becomes the realist, is when there's literally nothing that we can do. Like, there's no way that I could have made that money happen. And then this, you know? God is so deeply involved and so deeply wants to be involved. And so I'm just undone by the fact that I could tell him that I have zero idea or zero faith or zero concept of how he's gonna do this, how we're gonna do this. I had already been like mourning the loss of this, like mourning the fact that this was ever gonna happen, and just telling him like, this is never gonna happen. Like, how is this ever gonna happen? I don't know how this is ever supposed to happen. And then this. I have a dream one day. I have a dream one day to pay for people's infertility treatments, to pay for people's adoptions, because I've seen how impossible this feels. Reality and feelings can be separate, but how impossible this feels, I've seen that. And I have a dream one day to be able to make the impossible thing possible. And to do for someone else what this person did for us, for me. I have a dream one day to do that for you if you're watching this and you have felt the impossibility of doing something, of being able to afford those costs. I have a dream one day to fund that for you. Until I'm able to do that, all I can give you is this story, this thing that happened to me, to say I had zero hope that we were going to be able to do this because the money was too big. And out of nowhere, this was provided. So I pray the same thing for you too. And I believe that God, what he does for one person, he does for others too. So I believe that you'll get a surprise check in the mail, a surprise text, a surprise bonus. That when you go into the office with your last $350, that someone in the waiting room would be impressed by God to pay your bill. I have faith for you. I have faith for you. We love you guys, and you're not alone. And if you're feeling like it's impossible, it's okay if you feel that way. That doesn't make God any smaller or less interested or less willing. He's okay. He's big enough to handle that.